All right, we are back from the break, and for those viewing, I did send a message to Leva over Roll20, so you guys can read that if you are interested.
Leva
And
replied.
yep, and I just replied to you.
Okay.
So there are scrolls that need to be looked at and investigated. Do you have ones that you want to start with?
Weren't there like 16 like scrolls inside a scroll case or something silly?
There was a lot in one of them, yeah.
12, I read somewhere.
Scrolls. We have a scroll section at the top. He says scrolling up the document.
Terrible.
I think I'm just going to time scroll.
Yeah, Control F is always a good thing.
Ah,
Question
there are
aside
things
from-
with scroll work.
Back.
Oh, that has...
There is one thing Solas would not right now, but rather soon is reason why he would be interested in returning to his own sphere.
I see. Yeah, sorry, we're talking about the
Yeah,
scroll.
I've found it.
I see a thing that says wooden scroll case containing a series of sheets, 12 scrolls. It doesn't actually say what the scrolls are there.
Yeah, that's what
It's
we need to
around-
identify.
It's around 12.
Oh, approximately 12.
Mhm.
Okay.
Right. What about first scroll?
All right, so do you know if these are the ones that you got from the?
They're from the Illithid.
Okay.
I would want to cast detect traps because I know some scrolls are trapped from personal experience.
Okay. You are not receiving any indication that there are any traps on any of them.
Not trapped. Lafdul puts on his best poker face turn ever. Does she read into it now? No,
Go all in. Go all in. Go all in.
It's not trapped. Honest. See, I'll start reading one.
Yeah,
I want that one over there.
All right, so there are actually 7 sheets in there.
Oh wow.
So you're
All right.
casting read magic to see what they have?
Considering I have to pray over them if they're cleric.
Leva?
Yes,
Okay.
that's a good idea.
I guess.
I mean, otherwise it's just gobbledygook to you. All right. So, the first one is indeed a wizard spell scroll. And it has the spells Precipitation and Gust of Wind at 8th level. And I will copy and paste these into Discord.
Thank you.
Second one has Audible Glamour, Zephyr, Lock, Infravision, and Analyze Dweomer at 8th level. The third one has Cloak Undead, Clairaudience, Death Sight, Sendine, Blade of Doom, and Death Spell at 12th level. The third one has Lasting Breath, Burning Hands, Jump, Spectral Force, Minor Globe of Invulnerability, Mordenkainen's Faithful Phantom Shield Maidens, and those are at 12th level.
I don't remember the shield maiden spell.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, but Mordekainen's spells usually are the way he's worded them.
The next one has Water Breathing, Transmute Mud to Rock, Protection from Electricity, 10 feet radius, Globe of Invulnerability, Charm Plant, and Great Shout at 16th level. Next one has Stone Skin, Protection from Elementals, 10-foot radius, Hold Monster, Cloud Kill, Far-Reaching 3, Reincarnation, and Glass Sea at 16th level.
Oh, reincarnation. Our first technical resurrection of the party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
the
where
final
you come
one...
back as a beaver.
And the final one, not the wizard version. That's the priest version, where you come back as a beaver. And the final one has blindness, invisibility 10-foot radius, far-reaching 1, delude, monster summoning 2, glass sea, and time stop at 18th level.
Wow.
Got time stop? Wow, 9th level.
Yeah,
But at 18th level.
And glass steel's pretty good. Yeah,
what's
like
the
my scroll's also
translation?
hold on. Glass sea, not glass steel.
Ah, right.
Two different spells.
Yeah. Glass steel's what they use for ship windows, isn't it?
Some. Most of them are still glass.
Yeah.
Because that's a 6th level spell. It's still, powerful.
So if Braxon dies and gets reincarnated and comes back as a beaver, will he move to Iron Piece?
You wouldn't be brought back as a beaver using that version.
I only see an immortal that can do that.
Yeah.
He's the one that has access to animals.
No, it's just if he moved to Iron Piece as a reincarnated beaver, he could be with a bunch of carpenters.
But you'd be brought back as a beaver, not a giant beaver.
Oh, right.
Let me just get an enlarged person and cast permanency on it.
Also, again, this is the wizard version. You're more likely to be brought back as a bugbear.
That's fine. He's had 1 foot of hair before.
So, when you guys decide who gets which of those, between Solas and Leva, and I suppose technically soon Lafdul, do let me know who's getting which one.
Soon Lafdul, as like the way I get a say in wizard scrolls. I mean, yeah, I can read them, but
yeah, I mean, eventually you'll be able to cast from them. So
it's more of a case of.
I'm just saying, you could make a claim. If you don't want to claim them, that's fine too.
That seems a bit odd. That seems really odd.
How is that calculated when Lafdul casts a scroll? The chance
It's
of
a
failure.
flat 25.
A flat 25, no matter what level the scroll is?
For a wizard scroll, because I can't cast wizard spells. But my priest scrolls, I could still take under my priest. Because normally a thief can read priest or mage scrolls. It's not just mages, but because I'm a specialty priest as well, my specialty priest overwrites my thief for priest spells reading.
Oh.
So the normal conditions apply for that.
So you cannot cast wizard spells at all? From
Not
scrolls?
normally.
No.
From a scroll I can, once I reach 10th level.
Yeah, when he reaches 10th level, and he has a 25% chance of failure. Flat out. Regardless of what level it is.
Still be lower than let's
level.
For Solas trying to cast an 18th level spell.
It could.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I have some other scrolls listed.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. They were all wizard scrolls, 7 of them.
Those are all wizard scrolls, yeah. But I have some more.
The rest. None of them could be read, basically. Oh, they all protection scrolls.
No, I have some scrolls from that you didn't get from the Illithid.
Let me look up case.
Or tube.
No.
I've gotten scrolls off the lizard folk. And Solas has got scrolls off the lizard folk.
Did you actually check what those had on them?
Because Solas had one with Slay Living on. I had one with something else on.
All right, so I can ignore those. But these are 2 different ones.
No, I found a wooden case with some liquids in.
No more scrolls in the list, at least.
I'm trying to think what ones I
There were a few protection scrolls that we got.
Yeah, maybe someone already handed them out.
Oh, did you actually...
Oh, hang on. I don't know where I found this. Wooden scroll case containing series of sheets of parchment scrolls inside 7 scrolls.
That's what you just did.
That's what we just did. Yeah. I thought that was 12, but now it's 7.
I think it was a case of the first time you looked, it was like I said somewhere upwards of a dozen, and then someone actually counted them.
Sorry, someone changing the number while I was looking away confused me.
Don't worry, it got duplicated.
No, it wasn't duplicated. They just changed the number from 12 to 7. Okay. So I thought, I found it!
Well,
that's the one that I got from the Spectre, and Solas got the one with Slay Living on.
Okay, so you did do those, okay.
I have a scroll with Shocking Grasp, Nahalas Nullify, Right the Wind, Spectral Force, no Slay Living.
You got one with Slay Living, because, yeah, I know there was that scroll. You took that one. Because I took this one, you took that one. Whatever that scroll was that had Slay Living on, you've definitely got that. You should have wrote that on your character sheet.
Oh yeah, it's the control temperature scroll.
Braxton's got a scroll of protection from Tenari, but I think I got that a long time ago.
Yeah, I found the spell. Spell scroll in question.
Were they protection scrolls or were they unidentified? Or
I have them listed as unidentified, but it is possible that I did not make a note.
Were they on the shelf that got blown up?
No.
Aldous did say that these were scrolls that were not from the Illithid.
Right.
I think...
So, not on that level. Oh, from the vampire that got crushed into the water. Were they on his corpse?
They were not on his corpse, no. I
wouldn't
have told you anything about them.
Oh, wait, didn't we find some scrolls in that room? In that tomb room? I can't remember now. God damn it. My memory's bad.
Hang on.
Alright, how about this? Since it really wasn't that long ago, I will say that you do have them.
Where was it found?
Probably, you found them with 2 of the potions. The one with the, looked like silver.
Where did we find that?
Maybe someone spelled scroll wrong when they wrote it down.
Hang on, 2-foot long case made of black metal silver wood. No, not that.
Alright, hold on. So there was... You got in a desk a glass flask with a silvery liquid, a steel flask with a clear alcohol-smelling liquid, and 2 scrolls.
Right.
Oh, papers with them. First that's where Dwarven come... No, that's... Yeah, we didn't get the scrolls. We had 2 potions there, then.
Then I think you didn't write it down properly, but that's okay. I'm going to be reasonable here. And...
Oh, yeah. Potion is... Oh, I got written here. Where this is from, I'm not sure. Potion of speed, 2 vials, 1 with a silver liquid in it. Papers with them. First word has a Dwarven company.
Yeah, that's just the label on the potion.
But I think that there were some other papers, and I think that someone didn't elucidate exactly what it is. So
don't write that.
These would be in here.
Don't write it there.
No, I'm not going to.
Alright, so Read Magic will reveal that one of those is a scroll of protection from air, and the other one is a scroll of protection from divination.
We did those. I have those.
You do have those?
From elemental air and protection from scrying.
I mean, that's not exactly what they're called, though.
Yeah, well, that's
okay. All right, if you've got them, then I will.
That's
then
what
I didn't make a note
me at the time.
Okay, then I didn't make a note that they had been.
So protection from divination, protection from air.
Yeah. All right, then I didn't make a note that they got identified. My mistake.
I don't even know they even got divvied out. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, they basically were given to me because no one else at the moment had wanted to carry them.
So
I remember.
So you took them?
No, I remember a while ago, Might have even
Well, someone in the party's got to hold them. So.
Might have
If
even
he has them
been
written
before
down, then
Axis
he
or
has them. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I have them written down in here. Protection from air and protection from divination.
I mean, you also have a new member of the party. You are like, you can always, just because he wasn't there for that. Well, he was there for that part, I think. But regardless, even if there was a point where he wasn't, where Finn wasn't there, you can always say, "Hey, I got this thing. Haven't used it. Do you want it?" So.
Yeah, Solas can give them if someone who can use them wants them.
So that's up to you.
Oh, yeah,
Since I do have quite a lot of scrolls.
Yeah.
He can use priest scrolls, can't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
the other good thing is...
Hold on. By the rules, druids can't, but I ignore that.
Cool.
Yeah, that would be a bit unfair.
Because I don't like that part. I like treating druids as fairly standard priests, just for nature deities and stuff like that.
That means just because that Auld lets you do it, don't go complaining to your other GM. Auld let me do it.
That's part of it. Finn, you were given the smooth oaken staff with mithril caps, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we still got that in the dock.
Take it off the dock. I'm pretty sure he's having it because he doesn't have a melee weapon.
Mm.
A magical one.
Yeah, and I already have 2 magical weapons that I am using. Well, 3 magical weapons, but 1 is on loan.
Okay, I'm just making note of that. All right, are there any items that you guys want to, like, that people have been interested in that you want to start distributing now, or do you want to handle...
I'm interested in those 2 rings that I said last time. The one that improves defensive spells and the one that is protection ring +3, but only as long as it has the spell charges left.
I think unless someone's gonna die, they're always gonna be stat +3. I don't think they'd ever get used up.
And I'm willing to give up my previous protection ring for it, and if someone wants the other spell storage ring, I can give that also up. So, is there any challenges?
No. Braxon was fine.
No, I mean, armor, magical armor was overwrites magical rings anyway, so. Generally speaking, squishies get the rings.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, Ockar could have his full plate and the ring of protection +3 because it's not magical full plate.
But it would take one of Ockar's magic item slots.
All the rings I'm finding so far are non-magical ones.
Wait, ring of protection +3?
Yeah, but it has 3 different spells in it.
Use up the spells that reduces its protective value.
Yeah.
I might never use the spells.
Who's got the ring that cancels out magic?
At my magic items. I have 2 open slots for magic items right now.
Well, I can give you protection +1 ring instead. If I take the protection +3. Since there are spells in there that I might be in situations needing to use.
How many rings can one wear?
2.
1 for each hand.
Honestly, I'm so good with my current armor.
It's not just 1 for each hand, it's also just 2.
You need rings
So,
that are not plus AC, I think, because you got magical armor, haven't you? So unless it overwrites the plus value, i.e. +3, like this ring, it's not going to do anything for you.
Level
only thing
with the 3 spells in it.
Yeah, the ring of spell storing.
Mm-hmm.
Not something he could, in theory, use.
He being.
Okay. Because he has no rings.
Yeah.
Yes, but
remember my
can
ring.
you fill it up? Can you fill
Both
it
my
up?
rings shattered.
And also, Finnel'ar has no rings, so the rings should go to...
Yeah.
I can give the 2 rings that I have for those 2 rings. And I can always recharge the spells in the spell storing one.
Finnel'ar, if there's items that are being discussed, please do speak up.
Yeah.
Even if you're only somewhat interested in it, that should be taken into account.
Okay.
So definitely say, like, you know, hey, you're talking about this sort of ring. I might be interested in that.
Because I think...
Can anyone cast the spells that are stored in that ring? Have we actually found that out?
Yes.
Yeah. Old has said that anyone.
It's got Blur, it's got Featherfall. What's the... It's got
tentacles.
Tentacles.
It has Featherfall, Shield, Blur, Evard's Black Tentacle, but Evard's Black Tentacle is something that I nor Leva know, and so that isn't stored there at the moment.
One of you could... Don't we have a scroll of that? Really?
But it does have it does have Featherfall, Blur, and Shield that
Blur
are
is
all
really good.
useful spells.
I think
that would be interesting.
I think both those spells would be good for Finn as well. So you should tell him what your rings are, rather than just say you can have my rings and I'll have these ones.
I did say what the ring is. Spell storage ring that has a Featherfall, Shield, Blur.
I don't want to speak to other people.
You're far more in the background than Finn would be, so Finn can actually take more advantage of the protection ring than you can.
Well, I would be also giving protection +1.
That's not the same as protection +3.
Yeah, I mean, it's also the fact he's at a lower level, so the +3 would be more like... I'm not saying you can't have it, but the +3 would be more likely to keep a lower level character alive.
Well,
and to be fair, out of all of us spellcasters, I would probably be the most likely one to wade into melee combat.
Exactly, that's what I said before.
I go into melee quite often.
Well,
but I'm aware.
Not melee spellcasters. You're kind of a melee spellcaster.
So how many rings do you have, Finn?
He has none.
I don't have any.
Real fast. When one person asks another person a question, please don't a third person answer for them.
Yes.
Just
sorry.
It's okay. Just one.
Didn't we talk about Finn getting the protective bracers?
I'm not sure if that was discussed at all, one way or the other.
We might have, but he could have both.
Finn, a question. What would you be interested in, Finn?
What were the bracers again?
Bracers of protection, ACA, I think. I don't know. I know though. Do we have like some spare braces?
Are you allowed to wear...
The protective bracers are a pair of silver arm protectors decorated with intricate gold scrollwork and set with a dozen polished coronets, and they have defensive bonus and complete protection from small flying shards.
Nice. Are you allowed to... Finn, are you allowed to wear any sort of armor?
He is.
Let him answer.
Some, but if I remember right, don't I have to have natural armors?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's natural armors?
Ones with lower armor class, basically.
Hide, leather.
He can wear a dragon scale, can't he?
Padded. Yes. Are you likely to get it?
We killed a green dragon at some point. I'll have you know.
Yeah. Did you remember to pickle it though?
No, Lafdul's got a green dragon scale clasp on his cloak.
So, Finn, would you be allowed to wear those silver arm protectors?
That
I
is
would.
that is for me to answer. Specifically, bracers are not technically armor.
So he would be allowed to wear them.
Yes, he would, even though they're metal.
Are they as good in protection as the ring would be?
Bracers give you an armor class like armor. Rings give you a bonus to your armor class. So, like, a Bracers of Protection armor class 9 would give you an armor class of 9.
So he could wear both.
Yes, and then you can wear a ring that then takes it down to 8.
And then if he fought with us, he'd be more comparable to the rest of the fighters.
Possibly.
Can you use a buckler?
Would you be interested in those 2 items, the Finn?
I don't know how that works with the hide armor I'm already wearing, but
bracers. If the bracers are better than the hide armor, then you wouldn't need to wear the hide armor. If they're not as good as the hide armor, then it would be immaterial. They wouldn't give you any bonus.
Well, they would give the protection from small flying shards.
They would do that, yes. But
So
I'm just talking
sling bullets.
Standard bracers. No, would not give you protection against sling bullets, and it would not give
Darts?
you protection against arrows or darts.
If
What's that mean then?
Well, I will tell you right now that it would give you protection against Leva's wand.
Oh.
I was going past that, but that's good.
Shards.
That's good.
Really,
That's
really
good.
niche.
So
It is.
So whoever
it is-
stands in my way all the time should get the braces.
So real fast, it is very niche, but it also has a very specific purpose that may or may not apply at any point in this campaign. So,
Oh.
It is complete protection, so even if it's niche, it's powerful.
well, that and the fact that it is a genuine magic item that was created for a specific purpose that may have just found its way into a place where that purpose doesn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, Elifid, he was defending himself against the lizard folk that had that wand.
Not quite, but
Wasn't
anyway,
it? Wasn't it a priest that had that wand?
that's... Where do you think he got that wand?
I think I would benefit more from a ring then.
Well, so again, you could take both.
Yeah.
We don't know
That's
how
up to
good
you.
those braces are. Could we get an improved identifier on that?
Do you want to use that?
They're both
Right.
prepared to do that.
That strikes me as an item that would help a lot if we knew how good they were. To balance the scales, so to speak. Even though Lafdul's all about unbalancing the scales.
Okay. So you guys, you're casting the improved identify?
Just before you do that, what I did want to
Okay.
say about the Ring of Spells storing is that having Featherfall on a really heavy armored guy like Plate Mail, like Ockar, it would be incredibly useful. If he gets dismounted, he could just Featherfall. He wouldn't fall to his death.
It takes 1 round to activate the power.
On a ring?
Yeah.
Featherfall?
It's using
No, the Featherfall is still the...
I thought that was
casting time.
still exempt.
So Featherfall is exempt.
Yeah, but
Okay.
Featherfall
He
is
is-
not... Featherfall still only helps you against a fall of greater than 10 feet.
Yeah, but he's got a flying mount. He's
True.
occasionally he's flying.
I'm just also putting that out there, so...
Yeah, obviously. I want him to be aware of. That's my thoughts on that. It's up to him what he does at the end of the day.
Okay. So, identify improved identification on the bracers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does Leva destroy them?
No, she does not. All right. So that does reveal that again, it does offer complete protection against any sort of small metal or ice shards. They
Sure.
must be smaller than blades, Does not offer any protection against hailstones, arrows, cold, sling bullets, anything like that.
Mhm.
And it gives armor class 4.
What? That's amazing.
Wait, what is
Yeah,
that?
that's actually better bracers than I have for the AC.
Jesus
That's
Christ,
a
that's almost
yeah,
as
but-
good braces as you can get.
Remember that the what Old said about braces and the armor class of his armor.
Yeah, bracers replace it if it's better.
Yeah.
Mm.
And hide armor is not AC 4.
There still
Oh.
might be some.
So you could actually do combat naked. Maybe Neva should start casting
In
spells
theory.
on you.
We don't want the druid getting too all natural.
Maybe
100% natural druid.
maybe Braxon needs these because he ends up naked all the time. No.
Oh god. I mean, I'm pretty lucky that I got magical elven chain, which is as high as it's good. But in theory, I could not wear my armor, and I would get a huge bonus to my thieving skills. I'm not gonna do that, obviously, because I want the other casters to have these kind of items.
Well, remember before when we were talking about when you go into sneaky mode?
Oh yeah, I can take my armor. That's why
someone
I'm
could have
holding
them,
on to.
and they could lend them to you while you go off to do a sneaky operation, and then you could give them back and put your armor back on.
I suppose, yeah.
So unless they personalise to someone, they could lend them to you
No.
anytime you have to do reconnaissance.
So yes, ultimately, bracers are good for literally everyone. So,
Yeah.
like, every single one of you could make an argument that you would benefit from them.
I can't make that argument.
You could.
Not really.
You could.
Yes, you
You
could.
actually could.
Well, the only argument I can make is that it would take no time at all to put it on.
Exactly.
That would be-
I'm
Yeah,
not.
my
I'm
current
not
armor's
saying.
much
I'm
better.
not saying you should make that argument. I mean, it also
But it
wouldn't,
is an
wouldn't
argument.
encumber you at all, and et cetera, et cetera. My point is that bracers are universally good for everyone. Of course, given the fact that
Unless you're a Kensai can't wear them.
yeah, it's not really a thing in this edition. So, and I don't know how they are
It's a
handled.
fighter
I don't
thing.
know how they're
It's a
handled.
fighter kit.
First,
I
okay, whatever.
think
Anyway,
You get really skilled at using one sword, but you can't wear armor and you can't wear bracers.
Probably in Oriental Adventures.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing though, is that there's
in
the
the fighter's
first.
handbook.
Hold on.
we don't have one in the party, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's true.
The point is that warriors and thieves and many priests can oftentimes use other things. Certain priests obviously cannot. So, yeah, it would be very good for Finn. It would definitely be good for Finn, but it would also be good for the other spellcasters. So,
I think Braxon would like it if we could find more of these and slowly distribute them so that we all get one. As first officer, I believe Braxon would want to do sparring practice with everyone and have a rough idea that everyone isn't going to get mullered.
What do you mean?
Not with us.
From an
Really?
outer character point of view, Braxon would be worried about an individual that has a much worse armor class. Than the
Oh,
rest.
so if you were sparring with Leva, you'd have an idea that she's not really.
Yeah,
good.
yeah. So he'd go every time I fight Lever, I knock her over. So let's give.
So
her
in your mind, you're like, she gets a bracelet or something like that. That's where you
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
Leva
yeah.
has an earring. She's well, I don't
slightly
know.
stronger.
Yeah.
She,
It
yeah.
it would go like this: Braxon would spar with Lever. He would knock her
She'd
over.
point-
and
no.
She would make his clothes vanish,
Most
and
definitely.
he'd go back into his room to find some more clothes and open his drawers, and they'd be full up with ducks.
We don't need more nudity.
No, but basically, I think that's Braxton's argument would be that the optimal way that most of us can survive. But actually asking everyone what their AC is a bit metagamey.
yeah.
Finn would be interested in those bracers, though. Especially being a wanderer and not really wanting to have more than he can carry at any one time.
Can
the bracers are lighter than the armor.
Can Braxon size up Solas and Finn and see which one looks weediest?
Wow.
Well, considering that Solas can't wear any armor.
He's got a strike for 6 as well.
Yeah.
I guess the two of you need to arm.
Solas can't wear any armor, and Solas has been quite a lot, quite a lot beaten during this adventure. So he is.
Yeah, but that's not. You are not supposed to go into melee.
Well, you are not supposed to, but you have to go when enemies come to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sometimes unavoidable.
So Solas is looking at upgrading his defense. So he is either wanting those bracers or that +3 protection ring.
Yeah, when we stand at a crossroads and get attacked by undead from 4 different directions at the same time,
you could blame the person who walked first.
Everyone's on the front line.
You could make a bargain. Do you want me to make a suggestion?
One takes the one, the other takes the other.
I have a suggestion.
No, well.
Solas could take the new ring, give his old ring to Finn, and Finn gets the new bracers.
Yeah, that was what I was suggesting before.
Find that fair.
Since I don't do anything with that +1 ring after I get that +3.
Yeah, we didn't at the time we talked about that. We didn't actually know what the bracers do, how good they are.
Well, we did know that they have protective bonus.
Yes, but not how much.
So would Finn want the bracers or the ring?
The new ring, specifically.
Yeah, and with bracers comes +1 ring.
I'd be fine with the bracers.
Okay.
You get the bracers on the ring. He's offering.
Yeah, I will give you the +1 ring since I get the +3 ring.
Okay.
Right. Do you guys want to take it off the sheet when you get it?
Yeah.
Right, is anyone objecting? So we just get this over and done with.
No. If they had more than Braxon, he'd say he wanted it, but.
All right, Finn, I've given you a handout for the bracers.
Okay.
And I sent you the description of the ring of protection +1.
What's your hide armor? So what's your hide armor? Is it better than leather, or is it the same as studded leather? Isn't it?
It's better than leather.
Same as studded?
No, it's better than that too.
Oh, but it's like really crippling to thieves.
Yeah, it has really bad penalties to your
so he gains
thief skills.
So he's coming down.
Does someone object if Leva keeps the wand? The
bone
shard
wand?
wand?
No.
No, I don't think there's any use of Braxon.
I already have a wand.
Okay. So she has 2 good things. She still clutches the book to her.
Lafdul says, like, you're awfully holding that book awfully close to yourself. Shame someone's happened to that book. Lafdul teases her. I was like, I'm only teasing. I know you take the teasing very seriously, and it ends up in my detriment.
Have you seen any ducks lately?
Oh, so it was you doing the ducks, was it?
No, I'm just asking. I think there's been some time without ducks now.
It was only a couple of days.
To herself.
Okay, then I was interested in that a steel signet ring with symbol of clamshell in a round disc that improves protective spells.
Were there 2 rings? It was just that one ring, wasn't it?
It's a 1 ring that has the protection bonus, or bonus for the protection spells. So that's the second ring I'm interested in, and again I'm willing to give up the ring of spell storing for it.
Oh, Braxon says, if I have the ring of spell storing, can I spell jam?
No.
Oh,
But you can use the ring.
I could.
Could it?
It does have defensive spells in it.
Old?
He could use the Ring of Spell Storing, yeah. Anyone can use that. It does take a wizard to put the spells back in.
Yeah.
But anyone can use it.
I think Braxon, that would do you well.
What spells are in it?
All of a sudden you can cast
There
a few
are
spells.
Featherfall, Blur, and Shield.
Shield?
Blur is quite good defensive spell since
Shield's
it
good at
gives
stopping yourself getting magic missiles.
Yeah, and Blur gives you first attack against you gets -4, and attacks after that get -2.
And you don't have to equip your armor on if you cast shield, so to
And
speak.
you
You'll have good enough AC.
One thing about Shield is that it's directional.
So that will be a good ring for me to have when I'm off shift.
You need
And
to get
someone calls that there's an attack on the ship.
Well, for you or Ockar.
Yeah, it was kind of like either you two.
It's
I
also a good
used it
spell
because,
if you lose your weapon and you need to pick it up again, and you want to be.
God, I miss that ring.
Yeah, Lafdul really wanted that actually, because he wanted to throw daggers and just have them returned to him.
Yeah, I miss having that ring. It was so useful.
one thing about the spell storage ring that, like Old said, only Featherfall is something that you don't need to use round to activate.
Honestly, I've claimed Eyebiter and that axe. I feel like that's about enough of the metagames I see claimed, so I'm probably just going to opt out of anything else.
We can still listen, just in case you change your mind.
Yeah, I'll still listen, but...
well, I've got Glitter Tines here. Is anyone else interested in it?
No, it's kind of like you've kind of got a shining to it.
Yeah, it seems to have become quite attached to you, Braxon.
Yeah, it's strange how that is. I have the power. Which Braxon.
It has been quite useful. I will have to find out how to get it charged.
He
guess-
You now know everything it can do.
He couldn't be a priest of Ptah, but he now is mimicking being a priest of Ptah. See, I can cast magic, sort of.
So no one opposes me taking that spell ring of improving spell protection spells.
I don't object.
No.
Okay.
Well, I've already got 2 rings. Is there anyone else who hasn't got 2 rings yet?
Yeah, Leva has only one, but she has a book and the wand, so she's not gonna.
Well, do you want to take the ring that Solas has given up?
Oh yeah.
No, but why don't you take it? In the end, it's more useful for someone like you.
Well, we could also give it to Finnel that has only one ring.
Yes.
What ring?
Finnel got the ring of protection +1 from me.
Yeah, if
so
he
we
wants
could give the spell storage ring to Finnel
That's up to him.
if he wants it.
I've got a ring of protection and a ring of warmth, which was rather nice on Radol.
On one side of it.
Not only there.
I remember, what was it, weeks of us going through the snow and somebody telling me, wait till we get to the other side and my magic ring makes me nice and cool while you're hot. And then they found out their ring didn't do that.
That was Higamus.
Yeah.
A ring of fire protection.
That was fun.
So, Finn, do you want the ring of spell storing?
I'll take it for now.
For now.
Okay.
Someone else has a better use for it.
All right.
You can always lend it to people. Like I said before, if someone goes off on a special mission.
Can you use shields? Can you use bucklers?
I believe he can use shields. I'd have to double check though.
Because there was a shield on this delete list. I think.
Okay. That's the magic rings that we got.
I assume it has to be a wooden shield.
Sorted, and also
Yes.
did you copy the bracers for your sheet already?
Yes. Plus, I'll give you the handout. So.
Okay, so we can take them off the list.
And the Ring of Spell Storing is going to Finn as well. Let me get him that. And boop, it's no longer in yours, Finn. I mean, Solas.
3 messages deleted by moderator. What's been happening in your chat?
3 bots appeared. You want to become famous?
Oh, do you want to become famous?
All 3 at the same time. I have never seen 3 do it at one time. It is crazy.
You're going up in the world.
I saw Revogane have the 9 bots come in within 5 minutes.
If you get a lot, you can make some people you trust moderators when we're not playing.
I have. They're just not in this stream, so.
Makes them.
Okay.
And it helps people. Like, it helps if there's people who are actively monitoring that. But I got them. I got them taken care of. Even before someone asked. All right. So, anything else that you want to hand out?
Solas is interested in that book that he tried to read already. That improves.
What about
mind.
that? Sorry.
Yeah, Solas should probably have that mental improving book.
I mean, it might be good for other people too. There might be other people who are.
Yeah, Braxon's been feeling a bit mentally challenged recently. That book might help him.
I don't think anything's gonna help you. I think that's more of a personality thing.
Wow.
That was harsh.
Braxon, are you sure you want to look at the book? Remember what happened last time?
Braxon, I do warn you that it is going to give you headaches. Literally.
Literally? Why would it give me headaches?
Because it gives you headaches when you read it.
And then it makes you more intelligent?
Possibly.
Possibly. Well, yeah. There's something's... I don't know, maybe I'm cursed or something, but something's been making it harder for me to think lately.
Lafdul's been feeling the same way. It's really strange. I wonder why that is.
You know we had that little demon creature following us around before? Or is it a quasit or something? Maybe we've picked up something that's causing us problems. So we need to get rid of.
Let's see. I mean, I could also use the intelligence boost. I could use, because that would give me a better chance to actually be successful at armor stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Would it make you
boost?
Would it make you more diplomatic so you don't accuse people of having bad personalities?
No, that's a feature in
That's
Paladin.
just me not knowing how to do etiquette.
Weren't you... Wasn't someone learning etiquette?
I was going to be learning it from Kijikun, but yeah, that's
Higamus could
the thing.
have taught you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Higamus could have picked up on that.
Higamus has teaching me etiquette. I still don't have the proficiency yet, so I'm not all that great.
Mental exercises doesn't necessarily mean intelligence, right?
Could be wisdom.
Yeah.
Is there... would an improved identify tell us that?
Oh, if I read that book, I could join the church.
I think we should do an improved identify on it first to figure out what it does before any of us read it further.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can I just throw down some money to do the improved identify right now?
Sure, if you want.
250 gold.
250? Sure, I'll do that.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
2 rolls, that's... Oh.
What?
Nah,
This spell has a lot more rules than the other one.
I realised that's what I was saying. I thought it was someone else.
So you've deducted that money, 250?
Yeah, I've already deducted.
All right. Leva, improved identify. Bupka's improved identification reveals that does increase a statistic. It increases wisdom.
Ah!
Oh, that would be very useful.
Braxon could read
Very
that.
interested, just fell from very interested to not interested at all.
Lafdul's very interested in this item, all of a sudden.
I'm not overly interested. Wisdom doesn't help me.
Wisdom helps me and Solas. And Finnel'ar.
And it could allow Braxon to finally dual class in the cleric.
No, he lost wisdom. He's forever doomed. Patar cursed him. Lafdul's being really, really... It's out of place.
Wait, did he actually lose wisdom?
He did. He read one of those things, but none of us are clicking onto that.
Braxon would like it because he'd like to be back where he was.
Me and Solas would. I don't know. What's your wisdom, Finnel'ar? Just out of curiosity, I was just wondering if you'd actually get
18.
Oh wow, you're more wise than me. No, Lafdul definitely was. And now you can't have.
It would give me bonus spell.
Yeah, it would give me bonus spell as well. And Finnel'ar would also get immunity if he went to 19 wisdom to certain spells. Oh, I'm putting my name down for that. I definitely want that.
Yeah, I'm also interested in it.
Cage match! Cage match!
No, I've already had
the
the short
top rope.
sword,
So let's do the power bomb on the Lafdul.
Alright, if you want it, just straight off, just roll for it. There's no point discussing this.
Well, it is... Finn, are you in for this too?
If you're interested, put your name in for it. I'm definitely interested because it definitely gives me a spell. And so does Solas.
Well,
it would also allow us to cast higher level spells for both of us.
Okay, well...
Yeah, well, Braxon's interested in it, but I think it gives you guys better benefits.
I get 7th level, Solas gets 6th.
Oh, you've...
He also gets 3rd level spell, I get a 4th level spell.
Who's closest to getting 7th level or 6th level spells?
We're both one off.
So it's toss-up.
No. Neither of you are very close to getting either of those.
Yeah. I think we're both, generally speaking, equally beneficiary from... I mean, there's an argument to say we're more likely to get to 6th level spells than 7th.
Finn would also gain a bonus 1st and 4th level spell, and he'd be immune to multiple spells. So, like, there's benefits for multiple people.
Oh, because Finn goes up to 19.
He'd go up to 19, yeah.
Oh, he'd be like superhuman, so it'd be good for him to have it as well. Yeah.
It's literally good for most people.
Yeah. Hence Solas is interested in it.
Yeah, Lafdul's interested in it.
Lafdul and Solas quite a bit.
Right, so Finn would get that benefit now. When would the others get the benefit?
I would get benefit immediately.
Yeah, Lafdul would get the benefit immediately. Even Finnel'ar will get the benefit immediately, and soon after he would get a double benefit.
Yeah.
Well, I think you three should roll in on Braxon to sit out this one.
What die should we roll?
That's a d20.
Is it highest?
Yeah, highest.
All right, each of you roll 1d20.
Damn.
Oh, wow. That takes me up to 18 wisdom, so that must have been...
Go Lafdul!
Fate.
Fate say night.
Hey, maybe your deity is is smiling down on you, Lafdul.
Always. I really have bad luck with those rolls.
Well, considering the last book I read, maybe you still like 50k XP.
Does this mean Lafdul's
Oh, and then it turns out the book is cursed, and when Lafdul reads it, he suddenly has 5 wisdom.
I'm going to be so furious at you, Ockar, if Levis misidentified this. You have no idea.
What?
That would be funny, though.
What, you be furious at what?
If it
He
was
said
like
he'd be furious at me
Ockar's
if it was misidentified, and it turns out it's a wisdom drain book.
Psst! Don't even think about that. Phew.
Think about it, think about it, think about it.
Don't think about the pink elephant. So there.
Pink elephants
never
on
would-
parade.
Was the dwarven skull ever identified?
It was identified, it was not superior identified.
Well, Leva looks at great knowledge, and knowledge can be transferred to the owner of the gem. And there's no note that somebody's interested, so she wants to know more about this skull. She has one pearl left. 150.
The skull is not magical, the gem is. Basically, the skull can be tossed out.
I don't care. I'm looking at the description of the skull, and in the side it says necromancy thought.
Right, but it's the gem that detected as magical, not the skull, but the gem is attached to the skull.
Yes. In the end, transfer of knowledge.
Also, Solas, just tossing out this dwarven skull. Wow, so disrespectful. You don't even know whose skull it is.
What's a skull allow us to do?
That was as a player.
Can we?
Solas himself would not say that.
No.
Never, of course.
If
you said it, Solas said it.
Not necessarily.
What?
He didn't say he was saying it as a player. But Leva would like to identify this. She has one pearl left.
Okay.
After that, she has to pay.
God, we've been here for like a week.
Hey, we're at our asteroid, so we can spend as much time as we want.
No, I was just thinking I could do spell research during this time, but never mind.
So, Leva, that reveals that
Lafdul's been
gem
conning you.
stores the lived experiences of a clan of dwarves, each who has borne that gem previously.
Oh.
And
full
the
clan?
not the full clan, not literally everyone, but the people who bore it.
Oh, I think I figured this thing out.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
It's stuck in the skull, and I think you put it on your head, and it attaches itself to your skull.
And you get the experiences of the previous people, so your stat will probably go up.
And you can't get rid of it.
Who wants to get rid of it?
Well, do you want a gem permanently stuck in your forehead?
I wouldn't mind. Says
Well,
Leva. If she has...
There's a
if
Zix show I could introduce you to.
in return, like the experiences of a whole, or at least a lot of of dwarves, then yes, why not?
Evil dwarfs, even?
The spell reveals that anyone who would wish to bear it would need to undergo mental tests by the gem.
Ooh, I wonder what happens if you fail.
You turn into
Mental test.
That is not revealed by the spell.
Oh, figures.
So have fun reading that thing, Lafdul.
Yeah, apparently it's going to give me a headache.
Leva is still interested. I mean,
Yes,
there's so much
it gives you a
experience.
headache as your brain is expanded by the universe.
I would expect it would give me a headache at least when it inserted.
So, Lafdul, you have that thought capture thing. Can you cast that thought capture on the skull with the gem?
Not on the skull, no.
On the
Or
gem?
the gem?
No, not on an item. In an area where the item was. But then I would probably just get a load of memories of the illithid.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if you could pick up anything from the person that had the thing with the
Would
skull.
I know if memory read? I'm checking another spell.
Memory read would not work on this.
Okay.
On creature.
Would somebody do me a favor and cast Detect Evil on it?
I had Detect Evil
No
previously.
alignment is better.
Hmm?
No alignment is better, and I cast it.
And?
It's not a guaranteed thing. I will
Solas.
if he doesn't get a reading.
That reveals that it is true neutral.
True neutral.
Oh.
So it's for Finn more than
Finnel's
anything.
neutral.
Oh, you know the magical thing we found that we think is a tent?
Yeah.
Can we get Ockar to check it?
It is a tent.
What do you want me to check?
No, can we get Ockar to check it? Because he can detect evil intent.
I'll detect evil intent.
Wow, that went straight over Ockar's head. He should lose wisdom for that.
I think Braxon
be
should
honest,
lose
that was
wisdom
really
for.
bad.
I think Braxon should lose wisdom for making that joke.
Yeah, that was
I didn't even
terrible.
hear most of what Braxton said. I just heard,
I
well, he can
know.
use detect evil intent. I'll be like, okay.
Braxton basically wanted you to detect the evil in the tent that we found.
Intent. Tent.
No, I'm not doing that.
You get it now?
Yes, I get it. God.
Fired.
It was honestly terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty awful.
Braxton, you're fired.
we might have to start putting up subtitles for my jokes if you don't get them.
Oh, they took away that feature on YouTube.
Yeah.
They didn't take away subtitles. They just took away community subtitles.
Yeah.
So it's only the automatic stuff, which is awful. It means the community can't correct them. So, all right, Leva is going away from the party to use this, meaning that other people cannot interfere. She's doing it alone.
You're
Okay.
intentionally stating that you want to do this alone.
I think she's intentionally not saying that she's going to do that.
No, I just ask her, do you want someone to look after you, or you want to do this alone like a personal ritual?
We figured out a procedure before.
I'm not
'cause
sure
someone
that
got
you'd be
killed.
aware that she even wants to do that. I'm letting
All right,
the viewers know.
If you remember before someone got killed, so we worked out a procedure so that she can do magical research without anyone getting hurt.
I mean, she should trust someone in the party at least.
Well, if she doesn't trust anyone, she doesn't trust anyone.
Well, actually, she will sort of make a sign to Lafdul.
Oh, a mysterious sign. Well, is this some kind of form of thieves' cant?
She doesn't know any thieves' code at all, so she's going to try.
You know,
Let's
people
just-
are going to start asking questions if I go into your room.
Who says I'm going to my
I
room?
don't think that's a worry. I think that
Anyway, we've been in our rooms several times already. Leva in
know.
yours and you in Leva's.
I'm surprised there's
I-
no more rumors.
I think everyone has been in everyone else's rooms
Yeah.
multiple times.
Yeah.
All right,
we've
yeah.
got-
So you come and ask me about what's this you plan on doing?
I'm not asking you. I'm
Oh.
telling you I'm going to use the gem.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm telling you I am using the gem. Now,
well, all right. Would you like me to take some precautionary? Well, be ready with certain spells, I guess.
you can
maybe?
stand in front of the door if you want.
Oh,
I don't know whether there be anything that you could use. We don't know what to expect when Leva uses the gem.
no, I just sit and stare at you.
Okay.
Pretty much. If you start dying, I'll try to resuscitate you.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Old,
Mm-hmm.
would it be possible to ask
I could
Sinri
use.
for the ointment?
Ask
I mean,
who for the
Sinri.
ointment?
She has the ointment.
Sinray?
Sinri.
Yes.
Sinray is off on her own. She's not with the party anymore
Oh.
right now.
She
She left on
Okay.
a
sensitive diplomatic mission.
Okay.
basically something personal came up and she took a temporary leave from the party.
Oh. I just thought she was still in the ship.
No.
Okay. That's done then.
I will.
Oh, and so Leva takes out the gem and tries
Wait. Could I cast an augury beforehand?
to. Okay.
I will cast an augury beforehand, asking, can I do it for someone else's actions? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the intended actions.
Yeah.
All right then. And I ask for what would be the outcome of her attempting to master the gem? Should I say? I think that's appropriate enough.
Okay, so you take your dice and roll them and see what response you get from your augury. Looking over that, you immediately sense a great deal of dread, and you interpret these signs to indicate that extreme danger
Oh, Leva.
is in store for this course of action.
My dice don't normally roll this way, but it's indicating that you may, well, have a bad outcome from doing your intended course of action.
Very bad outcome. Like
you will possibly die if you fail.
Well, you don't know exactly what the danger entails, but it, like,
the equivalent of dying.
You have never seen a result as indicative of danger as this.
Does Braxon know what a bionoid is?
No.
Okay.
I say pass it off a day, and I'll see what my results say if I do it on someone else. Actually, no, they have to follow through with it. Well, actually, do I know?
No, you don't have to follow through. The whole point is it a good idea to do this? Check it.
All right.
Oh, guys, we should not do this.
Leva, I say, give me another day. I'm going to cast my augury again and see what happens if I were to attempt this. Then, actually, I'm going to... Isn't there a limit on my augury how often I can cast this?
So Leva agrees to the delay and says she's going to memorize Omen to see whether she gets a different result.
I mean, you might not die. It might just be extremely dangerous. You might get a benefit, but you might be... The challenge might be too powerful for you, or any of us. Or it might be the case of your nature that is in conflict.
Do we know that... Do we actually know that the gem is true neutral?
No, we identified that as true. True neutral just means it's not aligned.
No, it does not mean that it's not aligned.
It means it's true neutral.
Right.
So would that be...
True neutral is alignment.
Is a druid always true neutral?
Yeah.
Do we know that?
Yeah, druids...
You know that they're... Well, based on... I mean, like... The words that Solas used are not specifically that it's true neutral, but he would use words that within the game world would be the equivalent, and yes, you would know that druids are, they believe in a balance and everything like that, balance.
Yeah, basically Solas would speak about that everything is in balance, chaos, law, good, evil.
So
but also neutrality, being apart from things.
So Leva looks at Lafdul and says, "Thank you for that. I would have used it otherwise, but this way I delay. Since this is so close to what Finn is, how about we cast those spells and see what would happen if he used it?"
I'm looking at my augury spell. I don't think there's a limitation. I think
There's no limitation, but if you cast several auguries in quick succession, you might receive identical answers.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if I'm pissing off my Daisy. But considering I got such a strong response, I'm a bit nervous, and I think that would be a clause for an exception if I were to ask something about something so dangerous, something my deity would understand. That's what I'm trying to ask.
Okay.
Would my deity be alright asking if something... Because I'm not asking a mundane thing, something that's extraordinarily dangerous. Would I piss off my deity by asking so often?
When you say so often, do you mean the next day?
Multiple times a day.
Multiple times in a day. Well, that you would understand that the spell itself tends to not work so well in that situation.
Alright, so once a day. I'll limit it to that. I'll do it once for Finn, and I will do it once for me, because we're all of different alignments. Actually, Ockar's like next. I'll do Finnel'ar tomorrow, see what happens.
Alright.
I mean, my augury is not a guarantee. Sometimes it just doesn't work, but...
Alright, so the next day, your augury indicates for Finn extreme danger if he were to follow that course of action. Leva, you used omen?
Yes.
Very bad omen. You get a very bad omen.
There's one thing neither of you considered.
It might be only for dwarves.
Yeah, it's a dwarven clan, so it might be that if it's someone else, someone of the other races,
Alright,
it might be
the
dangerous.
third day I would do it on
Braxon.
Varadra.
Yes, that's a good
I
idea.
would
And
actually
Omen
ask.
too.
I would ask Varadra if she has the ability to cast a spell. I mean, it's 1,000 good tickets, but she's a high enough level. She might have had them.
She does not have the... I mean, she has the ability to cast it, but she doesn't have the material component for it. I think you would have found that out over time.
Leva will cast Omen again, with Varadra in mind.
Yeah, and Lafdul will do an augury on her if she were to use a gem.
Okay.
Would this be done during the days during identification, so we're not waiting like a week?
Yeah, it's fine.
So to speak.
You get a bad omen for Varadra.
Not an extremely bad, though.
And Lafdul, your augury would indicate that great danger would be present for her following that course of action.
Oh, so it
As
goes
great as
down
before,
a
or
level
less?
because she's a dwarf.
I use different words, so...
Yeah, mine was extreme, now it's only great, so it's easier for a dwarf to pull off this than it is for someone else.
Alright. Ah, well, that was an idea.
That doesn't mean it's impossible, it's just...
Yeah,
Extremely dangerous.
You know, Leva already died several times, well, twice. And it was not all that pleasant, and so maybe not.
Are you two keeping this private between yourselves?
No, this is... well, unless Leva tells me otherwise.
The first day, yes. When Leva just walks away and asks Lafdul to come as well. But after that, no, there's no reason, because she decided not to do it anymore.
Okay. Braxon says, do you think there could be a person in that gem that might take over your body?
No, because the... Let me see the exact wording. Here we go. It's stored the living experiences of a clan of dwarves.
Yeah.
That
But
so it's not a person.
It's not that they would most likely it's not that they would take over, but it would might fry your brains.
You might have the mentality of a dwarf, and dwarves generally don't use magic, wizardly magic.
Well, I don't use magic. Why don't you check tomorrow to see whether I could do it?
All right, let's do that.
Fourth day.
Well, we can do other things in parallel. We're not limited to these two spells.
Extreme danger would be present for Braxon to follow that route, and you get an extraordinarily bad omen, Leva.
Extraordinary.
Okay. That's extraordinary.
All right.
Braxon, it's not a good idea.
Okay. Lafdul, you're good at gem cutting. If you cut this gem up, would it become just normal gems?
It might just outright kill me. It's a magical gem.
Solas has an idea.
What, this spell?
No.
Actually, I'm going to cast idea.
What if dwarves in forge space? They might quite likely value it.
Yeah, we might get stuff on the equivalent of worth. That might be less detrimental to the party.
Considering that it is basically something that would be highly valued by dwarves, having the experiment or knowledge of other dwarven clans.
We will, of course, have to tell them that you cast this spell and said what would happen if one of our dwarves examined it, and we were told that would be extremely dangerous. It wouldn't be fair to sell it to some friendly dwarves, and
Well, I was thinking
they don't understand how much danger it's in.
Of course.
They've got their own equivalent of auguries. They can, if we tell it's dangerous, they're going to do their own precautions.
Sure, but we've already discovered this. We would have to.
How about a legend lore?
Hold on a second. Solas, what was your intention on regarding the dwarves in Forge Space with this?
Well, I was thinking about there is survivor of this citadel in there.
Yeah, the High Lord.
Yeah.
It's called.
We could ask if he would be interested in this gem. Since this might be very well be his clan or one of the clans of the citadel.
So you weren't your intention was not just finding a dwarven market and saying, "Hey, we found this magic gem. Who wants it?" kind of thing.
Yeah, I was thinking about talking about this gem with the high priest.
Is there any way to?
Since this seems to be quite powerful dwarven item.
Is there any way to examine the skull of the dwarf and work out what sort of clan they are?
That's what a legend lore spell would be for.
Legend lore might do something, yeah.
I think this item definitely needs a legend lore because it's going to be a legend.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to legend lore, but I think the best course with this gem would be the high priest, most likely.
And we can
he might be very interested in this.
We could also ask a dwarven priest of, I don't know, any deity, I guess Moradin or something, for a communion with his deity to ask about the skull specific questions.
Well, we do have a dwarven priest.
Not a 5th level caster.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, most definitely Viradra is not powerful enough to cast Commune.
But I think still the legend lore and then go to Forge Space with it.
I mean, even the priests in Forge Space can do their own communion or something with it, I guess.
Well, I would think the high priest would be high powerful enough.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, one would assume in a major dwarven bastion they would have 7th level spellcasters.
Old?
Yeah.
Leva just bought 4 more 250 gold pearls.
Okay.
And she wants to spend one on the shimmery disc, one of the shimmery discs, and she wants to spend the other one on the ebony box wrapped in silk with the tarot deck in it.
Okay.
Wasn't that already improved identified? Because
the person who were supposed to identify, he got scared when it was mentioned about demon cult.
Yeah, he was like, "Don't ever bring that back here." I'm pretty sure that was improved identified. Or superior identification.
Then we forgot to write it all down because we
remember, but
overwhelmingly strong magic, risky.
I think the spell was never cast because the person who was going to cast it heard about the demon cult and basically told us to get out.
Yeah, I think so too. Anyway, the shimmery disc and this, since we didn't write it down, then we can do it again.
Well, and plus it'd be you that would know exactly what that does rather than an interpretation. I guess. Guess he's going to be drawing cards.
All right.
Psst.
So, the improved identification would reveal that shimmery disc. Now you had multiple ones. One I think
Yes.
was smaller than the others.
Yes.
Which one would you be casting that on? One of the larger ones, or one of the smaller one?
First on the smaller one.
Okay. That reveals that it stores spell energy in terms of levels, and it is partially used up, hence its smaller size.
Okay. My God, Google is still after the first 2 letters. I wrote it all down. And the strong ebony box. Ebony box wrapped in silk.
You want to identify the actual tarot card, it's not a box.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Which one do you want to do?
The card deck in it.
Okay.
Could I... How long does it take for her to actually cast a spell? Because I would have taken a precaution. Depending on how long it takes.
Just a second.
Because I would cast Protection from Evil 10-foot radius on her, knowing that this is going to happen.
It takes 5 rounds.
I can just do regular Protection from Evil.
Yeah, but then you can't be in the protection.
Alright, I'll do Protection from Evil 10-foot radius.
I mean, if that's what you're casting it,
Now,
if you're worried about
I'm not being stingy.
You might want to be inside.
Yes. I will cast that as a precaution. If she will allow it. If you want it.
Yeah.
Alright.
I won't say no against protection.
So, the identification reveals that the deck of cards predicts and alters future events.
Is that all?
That is all that is revealed.
Future events.
Predicts future.
And alters.
This thing's altering our future.
Well, if we take cards, I guess.
Yeah, I think I've read a card at one point.
I think I might have looked at one of them.
Yeah, Lever has definitely used 1 or 2.
Solas hasn't read any cards himself.
Solas! Where's Solas? He hasn't had his fate altered.
Actually, looking at this to be researched section, 2-foot-long case, we never actually identified this one. The steel gauntlets, we never identified those. A straight animal horn.
Which gauntlets?
The ones in the list, yeah. Steel
There's
gauntlets are apparently of dwarven make.
Yeah, that's the ones that Ockar's using.
Expertise in land, there is...
Yeah.
Ockar, are you using those?
Got the one that was the expertise in
axes.
In axes, I believe.
No, this one is expertise in lances.
Yeah, but we have another one that we got.
I did not grab that one.
Expertise in battle axes.
Yeah, he's got the battle axes. The lances was at one point being considered, but I think he had too many items, so we couldn't take them.
Well, no, it's
at
not
the time.
that I. Yeah, at the time I had too many items. Right now, I'm not really interested.
Also, you can't wear 2 gauntlets at the same time anyway.
Oh, it's not like I can wear them on my legs.
So what about the 2-foot-long case made of black metal with silvery wood panels, magical highest quality red velvet?
Wait, that's magical.
Yeah, but we have no identification for it.
Really?
Yeah.
We never identified that.
It looks like we know it's magical, so someone must have cast detect magic on it, but we don't know what type of magic, nor have we got an identification text on it.
I've got Braxon's got dwarven gauntlets, possibly magical. so he might already have them.
Yeah, that was the gauntlets that you were trying out before Ockar had them.
Oh,
Those
is
gauntlets
it?
have gone to Ockar.
Oh, okay.
You can have the one here, but you don't use allowances, do you?
What? Hold on. This case? What?
It's a long time ago. It had nothing to do with...
Where we got the tarot cards,
I-
isn't it?
Yes.
I understand it was a long time ago. What? Reread that text to me.
2-foot long case made of black metal with silvery wood panels, magical, highest quality red velvet. That's what's written here.
Okay, I don't remember giving those gauntlets away. Delete it.
Well, it was a case of you just try them on, see if they fit, and then eventually they got identified.
Okay.
Didn't somebody take the horn, animal horn?
I think we figured out that was another horn of blasting, but we never distributed that one.
Push people away with sound.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
sounds good.
horn of blasting.
Does
Got
that?
another one.
Hang on, you were talking about gauntlets. Does anyone else want them?
Ockar has them, I'm pretty sure.
Ockar has
these are
the
the-
battle
Well-
axe gauntlets, but we have the lances gauntlet.
I'm not including the lances, so
What?
they're still free.
What's your description then, Braxon? Because I'm
I've got
99%
dwarven-
certain.
I've got
Clangegan.
dwarven gauntlets, open brackets, possibly magical.
Is that it?
You don't have any description in there.
No.
We have the steel gauntlets here are apparently of dwarven make and size to fit most hands up through the smaller end of large-sized creatures. So you'll be able to wear them no problem.
Yeah, but if they got given to Ockar, I can't have them.
No, these are
No,
these are
Ock-
expertise in lances. Ockar has the one for battle axes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Braxon was wearing the battle axes one temporarily.
Could be. I don't know. I'm
I
only
guess
reading
he-
what's here.
I'm guessing Braxon didn't pay attention to when they were identified and they were given to Ockar.
Could be.
Nor
I'm-
did he write the description down, so we do not know what gauntlets he might have.
Yeah, I'm 99% certain they are those gauntlets.
Okay, well,
Since Braxon
Do you
doesn't have any description on them, can you say when you got them?
Because we've only ever found 3 pairs of gauntlets. One's that Higgins has got, the lance gauntlets and the axe gauntlets. No one took the lance gauntlets. Ockar was the only one that might have used the lance gauntlets because he's the one that uses lances. The gauntlets we got recently were the axe gauntlets, the Clangegan ones, the crossed axes.
And I'm reading what's we kept. That's in the general area.
What's old got written down?
I don't
I'm
know,
still looking for
he's-
this
oh,
case. I'm waiting for. I'm
Oh,
letting you
right.
guys
Yeah.
figure this out.
I don't think that was magical, that case. I think the item inside was magical, and that was
Well-
myths.
Wait,
yeah.
then it wouldn't say. It says 2-foot long case, blah 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 blah, magical, highest quality of red velvet. But it says very definitely magical, and it
Alright.
says it has it had a tick on the magical, and the way it's in the list now, it has a yes in the magical. So
Alright.
it,
Do you have
it
any
was defined as magical.
indication? Do you have any indication on when you got that?
Not absolutely none.
The only two
I
things
copied
that
it
could...
out today, and I looked at that and I thought, I wonder what that is, and put it in.
I have to say that it's most likely older than Solas is in the group.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think that's where you got the rod that Braxon uses.
The one of Lord, they might have
easily
had
It could also be the other one, the which.
No,
what
we
was it?
sold that case because it was extremely valuable, and I had to show that person how the case worked because it had the button sequence. I remember selling that case.
Was it this one?
Well,
Black,
no,
black metal
because
with silvery wood panels.
it would have had a locking mechanism. I think that's where the tarot cards were kept inside that.
No,
Tarot
no,
cards in
the-
ebony
the-
box wrapped in silk.
Oh, all right,
Yes.
I don't know.
The two,
I would have shoved that into the safe whenever somebody wasn't messing with it.
Yeah, I don't know where that's come from then.
Well, we can sort of identify it and then maybe figure
Not
out
if Old
whether
doesn't
we.
have a thing.
If Old doesn't know where we got it
Yeah, okay.
and find it is in list, I think
Then
it's
we
fair to
delete
say
it.
that. Yeah,
Then
I
we
think it's
delete
fair
it.
to say that we've lost it.
Old, are you happy with that?
I'm inclined to say that it's not that you lost it. I think that this is a very old note that never got removed, and it was not an actual magical case because I don't recall any magical cases.
Okay. I'm
I
easy.
think
There were some
As long
cases
as
that
we-
had magic items inside them.
Yeah, I think
that's what I think.
I'm
on.
pretty sure I remember a case enclosed with velvet that had magic items in it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
when
Gone.
you
I put it away. It's gone.
and if someone detects magic on a case, the case will come as magical if it's locked with a priest lock or wizard lock. And if someone wrote that in the notes and forgot to detect magic when it was dispelled, it would remain magical or non-magical when it's dispelled. So I think they just didn't update the note.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I suspect. It was just magically locked at one point. I mean, it's still a nice case.
Yeah, but I think you also got rid of them all.
Yeah, probably.
There were two, and I think you got rid of both of them.
So we have the animal horn, which was identified.
Does it have writing? Do you have a description upload?
Give me a second. I need to get back to that.
Because we should look around to see if it's got writing on the horn. Because that's where the command word of the last one was.
I'm still interested in gauntlets.
Well, do you want the lances one?
Well, if the gauntlets I've got I don't have, and there's other gauntlets, and Ockar doesn't need them.
Considering that you haven't written down any description of the gauntlets except that possibly Dwarven make, it's really hard to say what gauntlets they might be or might have ever been.
Yeah,
and you also haven't been saying, I'm wearing these gauntlets. Are they helping me in any way other than just acting as gauntlets?
You tend to take take items, but you never.
Okay, what I'm saying is if Ockar has some gauntlets and there are some more gauntlets, and Braxon can use gauntlets, and the gauntlets he had have magically gone, he would be interested in gauntlets.
Well, take him then. Take him.
All right, I'll have to find them.
The gauntlets that improve lances.
Is that all they do?
I put your name.
Yeah, they give expertise in lances, nothing else.
Braxon. Do a search for Braxon. I put your name in.
You might get a slight bonus with spear mode. You might not.
I think lances are.
Yeah, they are, but if it's like you gain proficiency, you might get familiarity with spears suddenly because they're similar, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, those gauntlets are basically something that I can't even benefit. So no interest in those.
Right.
And they're nothing to do with the other gauntlets that come with the suit of plate armor.
No, it seems not.
The gauntlets that come with the armor with the magical gauntlets that improve axe skill, they were the ones that you were wearing, that Arcus got.
Right.
Doesn't the steel alone actually give protection as well?
But these ones say dwarven as well.
Yes.
Oh god.
But they're against they're for lances, not for axes.
Well, regardless, if you take a critical hit to your hand, one would assume that if you're wearing magical gauntlets, they would offer protection against a critical hit to your hand.
Yeah.
Would you do something like that, Lord?
Yeah, of course.
More importantly, they would look cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I just... Solas?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember how many of those shimmery discs we've had?
We had three. We had three and one exploded.
So we had 3, and...
Yeah, we had 3 and one of them got destroyed, so we have two that are on the list.
We have 2 and the smaller ones, right?
I think we have 2 in all, so 1 big, 1 small.
Okay.
If you, what's your intended actions for those things? Because if you know what they are, you should be compelled to say what they do and how you can't use
We
them.
already tried that. We tried to put the spell in. That
We need to.
blew
We
one
need
up.
to. Now that Leva has identified the effect in them, we can do actual research on them. That what they might be able to do. Before
Yes,
we
but don't
thought
forget.
before we thought that they would be able to store spells.
We already thought that because we blew one up trying to store
Yeah, but
some magic in it, and
yeah,
and
but
we blew one up by trying to
put a
get
spell
that
in
magic
it.
back, the spell out again.
No, it exploded when we tried to put spell in it.
Yes.
But now we know that it's restore spell energy and not the spell. So we need to do some research.
Mm-hmm. We may not be able to use it at all. Remember, this is from the Neogi.
Oh no, this was from we went with that Rhaegar space with those spell weavers. Out again, we know what they do. I know what they do. All told us, but
The
but do we know?
blue-skinned, 6-armed spellcasters.
yeah, but I don't think we knew. Okay.
Ooh, we have some other things.
How long is it going to take me to read this book anyway? It's like months, weeks.
So you are going to read it. Let me see what it says. Give me a second.
Because I need to plan around a time to be able to read this. In fact, to get a feel for how long it would take.
Didn't you actually want to have something identified as well?
I got 2 short swords and 1 identified, but that can be done at inside. I got the pearls.
We could identify.
But it's like been a week in game so far. We've just been here. I mean, story plot progression.
Yeah.
6 days.
6 days.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We are doing things. We're not just not doing
No.
anything. So
If Old's alright with it, I'll have them identified. I've got the pearls.
Braxon
I
will
mean,
be...
do you want the proper? Do you want the 250 gold?
Yeah, I've got the pearls. I've already paid for them.
So real fast, the 6 days is basically most of your waking hours. Those 6 days.
Mm-hmm.
So
most of your waking hours with headache. Oh, nice.
That's how long it's taken me.
that's how long it will take you.
Alright, yeah, then I will do that after the Bad Omen with Lever, however many days that is, and afterwards. Because I assume it's going to be a non-stop thing, obviously.
Yeah,
So-
it's fairly non-stop, and if you get substantially interrupted, you will need to restart.
Yeah,
Would
because
you-
I cast the augury and
It's like
protection from
revenge.
evil, but that was it, basically.
So you wouldn't be
Lafdul,
doing. You wouldn't be able to do that while you've been casting these other spells.
Alright, yeah, and then obviously I would do it after.
Yeah.
From that point onwards.
Yeah.
Lafdul, would you have told the rest of us you was doing this?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll have a do not disturb sign on your door. We'll have someone deliver meals. Do you want them left outside or
It's
brought in?
not that quite.
It's not like
He needs to spend 8. Yeah,
basically.
it's 8 hours, 8 waking hours.
means
over
I'm
the
off
course
my
of
shift
6
for a
days.
week.
Are you going to roll random encounters to see if we get attacked?
I have already rolled
After-
random encounters.
After 5 days, and he has to read the book again.
I have already rolled random encounters, so yes, that might interrupt him, but he will find out as he goes.
If I even bother to assist you, I might not.
Yeah.
Being a chaotic neutral.
That's true.
So
I
here we
mean,
have
the party
something
might
else.
get angry at me, but I'll just say, well, I've got to read this book. It might disappear.
So keep in mind that if you start in brawl space, after you've done all this stuff, it will be the transition from wild space to the phlogiston, and that day is always hectic.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
I would ask Higamus, if you could delay at least until I finished reading this, if I got an approximation of how long it would take.
Or you could wait until you get into the Phlogiston.
I kind of want to read it beforehand.
But... 6 whole days. But we'll discuss that when we figure out how much time has actually been spent places.
Let's identify his 2 swords.
Okay.
Sure, so
And
I'll take the pearls off them.
Levath uses one of her own pearls for one of them because he has helped her so much that she thinks she should pay something back, and she does it in terms of one pearl.
Okay.
All right, I'll just give you my other pearl. I mean, I have no use for them. That's the whole. I will. Yeah. No.
Yeah, but you see, well, there might be some time where you have something and you need it identified, and then you have a pearl, which is good.
All right. Which one are you starting with?
I don't know. Which one am I starting with?
Peter of Weavers. Kargoff or Targoff.
Yeah, give me a sec. Targroth.
Targroff.
Okay. That reveals that it is a short sword +2.
Yay! 2 short swords +2.
+3 versus magic using and enchanted beings.
+3 versus spellcasters.
Or enchanted beings.
Yeah, that's cool.
Would it count enchanted being as if someone were to cast strength on enemy?
No.
Oh, thing is, I'm gonna constantly ask, is this an enchanted being? Is this an enchanted being?
It's safe to say, so, number one, obviously, unless they cast a spell, you won't know if they're a spellcaster, but an enchanted being is pretty clearly a thing like a golem. So, that will eliminate quite a few things.
Right,
it does not include someone who just has a spell on them, a spell effect on them. And it does not include, and that means including someone who has been charmed or something like that.
Mm.
You have a handout now.
In chat. Oh, so I can't cast hold person on someone and get +3 against them.
No. No.
That would be overpowered and not the awesome synergy.
But yes, don't fumble and strike yourself. Because it would be +3 against yourself.
Yeah.
Can I ask a quick question, Ald?
Of course.
Is expertise in lances better than specialization in the longsword? Right.
Expertise just gives you the increased attack rate. Specialization gives you a +1 to hit and +2 to damage, as well as the increased attack rate.
Right, but I definitely need to get like a footman's lance.
I mean, you can get those pretty cheap on Brawl.
Yeah.
I mean, they're good against large creatures.
Why didn't the guy with these gauntlets have a lance? Someone must have stolen them from him.
Maybe he just liked the way they looked. Maybe he just liked
Ockar for his.
He may have just liked the way that they looked.
Does Ockar have a lance?
Yeah.
Oh, if Ockar dies, I'll have his lance.
He has a non-magical lance. He can lend to that to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's one sword. What was the other sword that you wanted identified?
The one that makes everyone terrified.
Okay.
Black Hobgoblin. My backstab ×5 was it ×4? It's ×4, isn't it?
You are definitely not at ×5 yet.
Yeah, it's level 12. I think it's
×5. I can never remember what the. Actually, I think it's the same as your progression in saving throws. What level are you?
9 for my thief.
Yeah, you're ×4.
Yeah.
Okay, so this other short sword.
Lafdul wants to develop a spell that allows them to use 4 short swords.
That is a short sword +2.
Oh, another. All right, that's cool. but its initiative is always 10 or last.
I wonder if we might find some lances in Kryn space.
No. Not of the sort you're thinking of.
There's no lances in green space.
You might be able to steal one.
No. You would not be able to steal the lance that I am thinking that you're thinking of.
Not the lance, a lesser one.
Yeah.
Lances are unknown thing in green space.
Yeah.
Alright, so you basically already know most of the details, I think.
Well, no, it's +2 on the very so I always go last in initiative.
Yeah.
Let me state something.
But also, you know about the fear aura. You know many of the details of it.
Well, I don't know exactly. I need a handout for the fear aura. I don't remember too well. I know it causes my allies to have the fear, but I don't know if there's any control over it or anything.
I think it causes everyone to have the fear.
Yeah, there is no control over it. It is everyone within the area of effect.
And I remember old saying that everyone knows who causes it.
Yeah, it's obvious who it comes from. And I don't currently have a handout. I'll get one made for you.
Is it like -1, -2 to their attacks or something, or is it reaction adjustment?
I'm about to tell you. All creatures within a 30-foot radius must make a saving throw versus paralyzation or suffer a -2 penalty to their attack and damage rolls, as well as a -2 penalty to morale. All foes are aware of who is radiating the sphere, and the wielder suffers a +1 penalty to armor class while using the blade. In addition, because of the potent magic emanating from the blade, the wielder always attacks last in a round. Otherwise, the sword operates as a normal short sword +2.
Yeah, that's still -2 to all. It's great if you're on your own.
It's basically only good if you're on your own.
Yeah.
Can I use it? Does it have anything for intimidating people? Because it causes them to be scared of me.
Not specially, no.
So I can't intimidate a rival thieves guild.
No.
Well, I guess you'd have to pull it out to scare them, wouldn't you? It doesn't do it unless you pull it out.
Right, he has to be wielding it.
Yeah, so if you go somewhere and pull a sword out while talking to someone, is that intimidating them, or is that starting a fight?
We already know that it's intimidating.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if he walks into the thieves guild and pulls a sword out, are they going to say, "Oh, we're a bit intimidated by you," or are they going to all say, "Some guys come in, some guys come in who wants to chop us up"?
Well, they would demand I sheathe that sword or be attacked, basically, because you're causing horribleness to them. That's like, why are you drawing that sword? Yeah, well, they.
So,
disarm me,
right, I mean, exactly what would happen would depend on whether they know who he is, what the circumstances are of drawing it, whether he's saying anything going along with it, that kind of thing. So, would it intimidate them? It depends. I
mean, it would, but it wouldn't be very good for me in the long run.
But, I mean, in the specific, just because someone's afraid doesn't necessarily mean that they're intimidated, and how they react to fear is going to depend a lot on what's going on. I mean, if you walk into a den of giants and pull it out and they're all within 30 feet, are they going to be intimidated? Or are they going to be, "Oh my god, kill that tiny thing, it is frightening," and then they hit you with their clubs and kill you in one blow, I mean, it's like, what happens depends on the situation and the circumstances around it, so it depends.
Does she learn that this sword's inherently evil or anything?
She does not learn one way or the other. Do you want...
Leva has, however, something else.
I'm pretty sure I did cast no alignment on. Alright, I'll cast no alignment during the time, but yeah.
It does not have an alignment.
Oh. It's not a guarantee, though, but I'm sure you just told me that regardless.
Leva has this niggling thought she missed something.
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of things that you guys missed.
So, and all of a sudden it comes to her. Yeah, I know. She went back.
Oh,
She
no.
goes back to the ivory box with the tarot deck in it, and she opens it up and looks inside, and she sees a unicursive
Card?
hexagram on the inside of the case.
Oh,
Does someone know what that is?
Isn't that a symbol of some kind of demonic worship or something?
a hexagram.
A
I
unicursive
don't believe any
hexagram.
of you are familiar with the symbol itself. For those wondering, a unicursive hexagram is a hexagram drawn with one line, as opposed to the standard 2 triangles overlaid that you get for like the Star of David type of
Oh, okay,
hexagram.
yeah. I know what it is then.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on.
Big Mac is loading. Please wait.
Yeah. No, I've seen a pentagram with lines like that.
Yeah, so a pentagram, a standard pentagram is unicursive because you draw it in one line.
And you can do that with a hexagram as
Right.
well.
But
Yes, you
it's
can.
not. It doesn't have equal-sized arms or points.
No,
2 of
it
them are
looks
larger than the
weird
other 4.
too.
Ah, right. Well, if you show it to Braxon, he'd say maybe it's a holy. There's a lot of religions out there.
But none of you recognize it specifically.
No.
Does it in any way project magic or something?
Mm-mm. The box itself is not magical.
I should have said Braxon says, oh, it's a unicursive hexagram.
What was the ruling on holy symbols? Only someone of that faith can recognize a holy symbol, so to speak.
No, but
If it's tech magic.
so first of all, if it was an elven holy symbol, then you could roll the elven religion to know. For example, if it is a holy symbol of one of the potent foes of your faith, you could roll. Like, so you would recognize, or you with a check, you would recognize a holy symbol of Grumsh. You would recognize a holy symbol of the Queen of Air and Darkness.
No, yeah.
Is it Higamus who's got heraldry?
Yeah.
I have heraldry.
Right. Can you recall if there's any group that uses a unicursive hexagram?
You can give me a proficiency check. No.
Don't know any group that uses it.
Mm-mm.
Do you think we could check with the Seekers next time we arrive somewhere that's got a base of them?
Well, we could. What were the amulets that the cultists wore? Do we have a note on them? We did have some of them at one point. I think it might have been that symbol.
Right. One of you has a journal. Do you draw pictures in your journal?
Lafdul was keeping a journal at one point.
Right.
Were you keeping a journal at the time on that you did that?
I think I might have stopped. It was just after Radel.
Okay.
You stopped keeping a journal? Oh, well, there you go.
Oh.
Would have told you if you knew.
All right. Well, how about this? Solas and Lafdul, give me intelligence checks each.
Oh, is this going to interrupt my thing?
I'm saying that you haven't started that yet.
All right.
Okay. Both of you succeeded, so yes, you do
Yeah.
remember that is, they were wearing amulets in that shape.
Yeah, I was thinking that might have been it.
Yeah, I knew, but I don't know if Lafdul remembered in character.
So does this mean anything to you?
Most likely that it is, if it's in the box that held the tarot cards, that those cards are related to them. Quite more than that just we got them to random loot from them.
It was probably a gift from their patron. Or matron, rather.
So does that make you feel any way about this?
Yeah,
Yes,
Solas thinks that we might
little bit
finally actually get rid of the cards like we've talked many times.
That'd be good.
How does Lafdul feel about it? Because he worships AD&D of change, and these cards operate by changing future.
Can you not, seeing as you've
experienced the future,
Lafdul, seeing as you've not started your process of having headache for several days, can you not cast your orrery spell and say, would it be good for us to keep these cards?
No.
Why?
I say we should get rid of them.
Because in the next half an hour, if nothing happens in the next half an hour, I get no reading.
Right. So keeping the cards is an ongoing thing, not a short-term event.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You could say, would it be good for us to pick cards?
Yeah.
I don't think an augury is powerful enough magic to overwrite the fate-altering cards.
Could Omen see anything?
I mean, it might indicate whether it's a good omen regarding
Let's
doing
try and do
something
that.
with them. I mean, well, what would you want an omen about?
Well,
Using the cards, is it? Would it be? Is it good to use the cards?
Would my next thing is we don't know if the cards are predetermined or if they're random upon being drawn. If they're predetermined, then the augury would just give me the effect of the next card, and I would have to do that for several days to figure that out.
okay.
There's a
So
chance that I might read a card, and I'm not too happy about that. But oh well.
if we predict if the next card is bad, can we actually
No, I don't think you can
take
skip
the card out without touching it and destroy it?
nope.
No,
How
I
do you
don't
know?
think so. I don't think so.
think we can act.
Whenever anyone has handled those cards,
but-
in taking out of the deck, it has basically forced them to draw it.
But Lafdul has a magic ring that allows him to move things without touching them.
You know how magic says what Old said about earlier about abusing magic? You're
Mhm.
effectively trying to abuse the magic by skipping its
Yes,
negative.
agree with that.
So,
It's sort of playing with the cards.
And I'll
Yeah.
just get like a really
Well,
bad result.
The cards have been playing with us.
No,
Yeah,
they
it's
haven't.
more
Yeah,
powerful.
It's just been according to their what would you call it? Not personality, character.
If the cards have been playing to us, it's a sign of us needing to get rid of them instead of us trying to play with them.
No, I'm just thinking if we've got, I don't know how many cards there are there, but if there was 56, for example, if we checked and found that the first card is dangerous and we set light to it and got rid of it, and then we checked the next one and found out it was useful, we could then look at that.
Yeah, but to actually get rid of one card, you will have to take it.
The magic probably binds to all the cards.
Well,
as
wouldn't your spell answer that question?
Not necessarily.
No.
It would only give us potential hint of if it was a good or bad thing to draw a card in near future.
All right, but this item is incredibly powerful. I do not think I have enough spells that has an even take on such a powerful item. This is almost relic level power artifact.
Right.
It's
I
that
can imagine
powerful.
that Omen would show us even a bit more because it's a different.
Okay,
type of magic.
I'll go get the cards and stick them in the catapult and fire them overboard.
Wait,
No.
why would you do that? You're just overruling all of us.
No, you're saying we shouldn't use the spells to check
I'm
the cards.
saying we no, I.
We are speaking.
You're trying to circumvent it. I'm saying that I do not.
No. Hang on. You're saying we should get rid of the cards.
I'm not saying you should get rid of
No,
cards.
absolutely not.
Well, you want to keep the cards.
Leva definitely wants to keep the cards.
I think the
But
cards
the only
should
one
be
who said
locked
we should.
up.
The only one who says we should throw away the cards is Solas.
Well, no, I agree with Solas. I think we should throw them away because they have a potential to be really dangerous.
So
Especially
real
if we
fast,
draw one in a bad
Unlike
situation.
anything else.
for
Unlike
clarity,
anything else.
for clarity, do you want to throw them away or do you want to destroy them? There's a big difference.
I want to destroy them.
Solas agrees with Ockar.
I don't know if I could be a part of that because that's
No.
Considering
kind of-
considering that they belong to demon cult and might very well be
Who says they belong to a demon cult?
integral, well, the symbol in the box.
Well, we got
and
we
we
got
got
them
them.
by defeating that fortune teller woman who worshipped a demon. So it's clearly
doing.
part of a demon cult, and I wouldn't want something related to demons to be around us because it could corrupt us if we use the cards
think-
willy nilly.
Doing this intended course of action would be anathema to my religion.
Braxon says
Real fast. Lafdul, your deity isn't a deity of change for the sake of change, regardless of what the outcome is. That's more Loki.
Yeah, but he's a chaotic neutral. He's kind of like,
Right, but you wouldn't actively and eagerly cheer on evil change. Like, hey, this society that never had slavery before now has slavery. Things are changing. Yay! That's not what you'd be. You'd be like, this is terrible. You're taking away people's ability to change.
okay. Braxton's position is his primary suggestion is, can we use spells to find a way to use this deck of cards safely? And people seem to be saying no without even trying. In which case, his answer will be, if you can't use spells to guarantee whether using these cards is safe, then we destroy them.
Yeah.
our current level.
I'm sorry, but you are misinterpreting because for one thing,
Maybe I am.
didn't say anything like that. Lafdul said he didn't know, but his spells might not be strong enough. But Leva said didn't say anything like that. She's saying, why don't we try this and why don't we try that? So, but the one thing we should not do, because of what we learned today, but also what the cards have actually shown us, is that we start to play the cards against themselves. With the fact that magic would be able to get back at us if we started to abuse the cards, like for example you proposing, something bad is probably bound to happen. I'm not certain, but it's probably bound to happen.
Also, there's the fact that I took those cards to a wizard to have them identified, and he ended up getting killed by a demon.
It wasn't the same.
No, the wizard didn't get killed by a demon. The wizard refused to identify them and
Yes.
he's like, get out,
basically told you
leave
to
me.
leave. The one that got killed by a demon was a scholar or sage that we hired to research the cult.
Well, still,
Yeah.
I took it to a wizard, and it spooked him enough that
Yeah, it is.
that it kind of makes me feel like maybe it's a bit too dangerous for anybody to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look, how much time have we had the cards now since we tried to have them identified? And
It's because we're not actively trying to draw the cards from them.
Well, yes, we are. I'm sorry, but we are.
You guys are always trying not to.
It has been quite some time.
It's been quite a while since we last drew cards.
People have drawn them due to the magic of the deck.
You don't
But
know.
also,
Ockar.
evil doesn't have to be something that just appears and is there and engulfs you. It can take a while for it to really be noticed.
Corrupt you.
There are things such as subtle evils that take a while and subtly manipulate you.
And
Without you realizing.
Especially in the case of Ockar, he is well within his rights to say, I don't need to get confirmation on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have seen enough to prove to me that this is evil.
I have a suggestion.
I have seen enough from what the cards have done and from how others have reacted to the cards to know that this is probably evil.
I have a suggestion. We're about to head off into the phlogiston. When we're in the phlogiston, we will be cut off from the plains. When we're in the plains, if there are demons that are attached to this deck of cards, they won't be able to touch us, and it will be safer to destroy the cards there. If, in the time between us leaving here and going to the phlogiston, somebody is able to find a safe way for us to look at these cards without bad things happening to us, we can decide not to destroy them. But if we don't find a safe way, spells or whatever, if we don't find a safe way to deal with these cards, and we get to the phlogiston where we are protected from demons appearing, if we try to cut them up, we can look into a way to cut them up there, or do whatever we need to do to destroy them. And we will also have time to work out if we can destroy it without activating every single card, because it might be that if we try to tear one in half, it does its thing, and then we tear the next one in half.
We wouldn't tear them in half. We would destroy them most likely in similar ritual that we destroyed the that evil item. So basically, ritual
we would take it to a church and have it ritualistically destroyed.
Yeah, well, we haven't got a church around here. We'd have to go back to Brawl.
Well, we are not that far away from Brawl.
Yeah, we're still in the same sphere. We could get there really easily.
Our asteroid isn't that far away from Brawl.
That's true. But
and I feel like it would be best to dispose of it, since
but
if this is not something that's safe to keep with us, especially if we start purposely drawing cards from it instead of being compelled by it or whatever's happening.
True. But if you say this cult made demons appear, they might appear on Brow. If this cult can somehow have demons appear, then if we go to the phlogiston, the demons can't follow us to the phlogiston.
Well, we would have to consult with the churches on Brawl for their advice as well.
Yeah, but you said that we asked someone about this cult and somebody died.
We asked them about the cult, but we don't need to have them research the cult. We could just tell them that the cult had access to demons.
Yeah, but
and
even
we're
us
concerned about this deck creating demons if we destroy it.
Yes, but it's possible even talking about the cult, and I'm not going to say the name. It's possible even talking about the cult allows them to listen in on us.
Well, we don't have to talk about the cult. We can just destroy them.
Yeah, but just destroying them means doing something to the cards. And if you're saying they're that dangerous, it might cause an explosion on Brawl or something. If we're in the phlogiston, the cult can't get to us. We're on our own.
We could also just throw away the cards in the phlogiston itself.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
I mean, that's what I said I was going to do. But then
if we're going to do anything to them, then we should destroy them. Because if we throw them overboard, they are just going to be picked up by the next person.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We shouldn't leave the chance that it could be picked up by somebody else at some point in the future.
Yeah, how about we think of a way that we can...
It's also possible that the cards themselves can manipulate fate to get themselves into somebody else's possession, even if we were to throw it somewhere remote in the phlogiston.
How about if we find a way to make a spark or something and cause an explosion that blows up the cards?
You just blow them up with phlogiston with a powerful enough spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can't use a fireball or anything, can you?
We could use a lightning bolt.
That's true.
Lightning bolts still cause explosions in the phlogiston.
Yeah. I could zap them with glitter tines.
You'd have to hit.
Yeah.
And you're wasting, well, I'm not certainly wasting, but it's kind of like, you've only got so many charges.
How about this?
Yeah.
You got a week to think about it.
Yeah.
You can go through the spells that you have in your repertoires, see if anything you think might help. Come up with plans either... So, just as a side note, and I'm not saying that you should or should not do this, but you do have a plan to destroy that... the evil trident with the lizardmen. So if you're destroying one item, you could theoretically try to destroy the other item at the same time. Up to you.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true.
But again, you had some concerns about whether this would be dangerous for Brawl.
Yeah.
If those concerns are founded, if you believe they're founded, then it would be dangerous for the lizardmen too. So it's something to consider.
Who are less able to defend themselves than Brawl.
We can take actions to lessen the dangers of demons, like having spells like protection from evil at 10 feet radius.
I mean, there's always a possibility of me summoning a gate, throwing them through the gate, closing the gate.
But then it would be
But that would
They're
have
out of our dimension.
But then it would be thrown into the planes, and I don't think even Planescape wants to deal with that.
It's not our problem anymore.
And that's something that you could consider and debate too, whether it's something that you'd rather just try and, so to speak, pawn off on someone else by doing what Lafdul suggested or throwing it off into the Phlogiston or Wild Space.
As a player, is it what Braxon said, that demons can appear on Phlogiston?
You do not have planar access, which is why you cannot regain pre-spells out there.
So demons can't appear.
Theoretically.
Theoretically.
I mean, none of the summoning spells work.
Yeah, that's what...
Gates to places in Phlogiston.
Not planar locations.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking it might be safer.
Yeah. I mean, if we did have the gate spell, we could probably just flow in.
It's not a guarantee, and plus I would have to research a spell as well. Bear that in mind.
I mean,
yeah, and
you got a gate spell. You could gate in a powerful upper planar being to take care of it too, if you wanted to try that.
Like an angel or something.
So, I mean, there's a lot of options. It's something for you to think about, look over the spells that you have and the scrolls that you have available. See if any of those you think any of those might help.
Yeah,
and come up with something for next week.
Out of curiosity, how would my deity react if that was given as a gift to him? Because
considering that you don't know the details and you've already been unsure on whether you should go along with a plan to destroy this or not, you don't know. Like, you really don't know. You don't know enough about this to know how he would react.
I think you'd have to cast those spells to see if specific actions are dangerous.
Well, no, that would be specifically praying to my deity and asking. I'm guessing a response.
Do any of you have a commune spell on a scroll?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm pretty certain we don't have that. We could probably get that, but it doesn't have to be cast from a priest of your religion, no.
Braxon's got his little magical icon.
Well, I mean, if you got a scroll with commune, then you'd be able to cast it and commune with either
whatever
with the servant
deity,
of your deity.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you went to a dwarven priest of Moradin who could cast it, he'd be communing with Moradin and his servitors.
Can an elven pantheon do any of the elven gods? A cleric.
They would always be communing with a servitor of their deity. generally. I'd have to go back and look at the spell description again to see if you have... Like, there's contact other plane that wizards get access to that that you can choose anyone.
Is there clerics for whole pantheon?
You'd still be generally accessing a servitor.
Patron.
Yeah, I mean, but they know a lot of things, so the point of commune is to get answers to questions.
But yeah, Solas is definitely for destroying this deck.
Okay.
Especially now that it's pretty much confirmed that the deck is not just some magical item that the demon cult had.
Yeah. It can screw with our future. It's basically asking questions of, do we want an alternative future or do we forge our own future?
And it can force those changes by making people draw the cards.
But there's also an argument for saying it could be our holy grail get us of jail card. Worst case scenario, we're dead anyway. Draw the cards.
I think this thing is significantly more dangerous than anything a tech.
But if you're going to die anyway.
Well, what would happen if?
But think of it this way, Lafdul. If you were going to die and this card completely destroyed you, so that you do not die, but you are destroyed and can't
join your deity,
or
can't join your deity. Like that's more important for him. Can't join your deity. Can't go to Arvander.
Mm.
Yeah, that would be pretty awful for Lafdul.
Yeah, it's just as likely outcome, most likely from this deck.
I'm kind of like, I'll go with the majority on this. I don't think I have a strong inclination.
As a player, Lafdul has should at least, I think, figure out that the cause of his
moves was the deck,
now that we have identified it better.
I suppose Lafdul might change his question when he gets time to. Asking if it's possible to change my fate back.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and wrap up the session here and give out some experience.
You could also ask your deity there, Braxon.
Yeah, Braxon might go talk to Bazaar.
Could Lever cast Omen to see with thought of destroying the deck in mind to see whether that's good or bad?
Okay.
Find out next week.
No, you know what? I'm okay with sharing the results of that omen. The spell fails.
Yeah, because it's
it gives you no omen. Not even a neutral omen. Not a good omen, not a bad omen, not a neutral omen. It gives you no omen.
The deck is too powerful for that.
It's an artifact.
Thing is, we got an artifact. Can we convert it? You know.
Oh yeah.
Still need to. You do still need to get the artifact out of that one. Anyway, let's go ahead and hand out some experience points.
Yeah, we can put it in the arty furnace.
Braxon, Ockar, and Leva, 400 experience points.
You think Leva would get more for the identifications, wouldn't she?
500 for Finn.
She gets a sore throat from casting all these spells.
700 for Solas.
Oh.
And for Lafdul, 300 and 200 for your priest.
You make your fun with us, you know.
Do you know what, Old? I went up a level.
Oh, you lost some experience. I'm sorry.
811 until the next level. You can't do that.
All right. So, which class?
Mage.
All right. Go ahead and roll for your hit points, or take the 2.
What level mage are you now?
Rolling.
7. That was mage, I think. 8.
All right. 2. So 1, really. Actually,
well, 2 because I have the
Con.
Constitution bonus.
Right, so you'll need to add up and redivide again.
Yeah.
All right. Are you getting access to a new level of spells?
Yeah.
4th level.
I think I need to check. But I go up to 7th level.
7th level, then yes, you have access to 4th level wizard spells now. So
Yeah.
you do get a free spell.
Yeah, I need to figure out what I want.
Yeah, but that
What
is
will Solas pick?
only a common spell from the player's handbook.
Yeah, not any named spells.
Right.
Right, next random encounter we get, we just stick Finn in the front.
I'm gonna
301, yeah, that's pretty close.
Levo only needs 8 to eliminate as well.
I know. I love drawing it out.
I need another 20,000.
Hey, maybe the deck of cards will summon a whole host of demons, and you can slaughter them all for that level.
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right, so Solas, 7th level. Let me see if any other things change.
Check what.
Oh, never mind.
Thaco's probably already better than 18, right?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. And your saving throws do not improve. So.
Proficiencies?
I don't think so. Not on 7.
I think
They're
it's
every
1.
3.
Yeah.
Rogues are 4.
So it's 3, 6, 9. Yeah. No. There. You should never get proficiencies on 7th level for ever, any class. So yeah, you'll get the free spell, and you may want to discuss with Leva, see if she has any spells in her spellbook that you want to just copy, and we can handle that next time or at some point during on the trip itself kind of thing.
Oh yeah, I just crossed the point where a wizard or mage starts to level faster.
That's always fun. All right, so we'll be back next week. We'll see if the party has come up with a decision on how to handle the cards. We'll handle destroying the trident, get that artifact out of the artifurnace. And
I'm thinking Braxon's going to drill through them.
And also, I'll give you these details in text, but I just remembered. I said that you guys would have opened up the other chests that you hadn't opened, so...
Yeah.
Let me actually get you the treasure that's in there. Give me a second.
Money.
It was all just money.
Money!
Well, we know chest 1 has a clinking noise.
Yeah.
All right, so one of them had 4,680 silver pieces.
Just a moment, we have some that are sort of...
All will tell us after the game.
Yeah, I'll tell you after the game.
Okay.
Okay. Another one had 4,992 gold pieces. And I have notes that I think those are the only ones that you failed to open?
You failed quite a few, didn't we? Oh, I don't know, we'll check.
Well, I gotta go.
No.
So we have...
Alright, see you later. Okay.
We'll figure it out after the session, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys can total that up and handle it. But that will be, that's just money, so. Alright, I'll see you guys next week. Thanks everyone out there for watching. Thanks you guys for playing. See you then.
Sorry about this.
Thanks for the game. Thanks for
Take care,
watching.
all.